Finish him. Or her?
Welcome. And today we'll dive into the ProRevenge story and reactions to the post from Amber Katie May titled, "Steal My Medication, I Make You Seriously Regret It." Hi, this is Derek. I just put the Drama Llama, Fred, back in his pen so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. Oh boy, let's get ready for some deep-seated revenge. Amber Katie May posted, "Steal my medication, I make you seriously regret it." So when I was 15 I was diagnosed with bipolar schizophrenia. Now despite what TV shows and movie portray, not all schizophrenia patients are serial killers. If you can keep your medication in balance you can live a perfectly normal life. From the age of 15 to 20 was rather hard, as we tried to form the right balance and medication for me. But it's been 11 years since I was first diagnosed. And has been 6 years since I have any really bad symptoms. There have been a few minor issues when my meds would go out of balance, but nothing too extreme. Anyway, this happened 3 years ago. I had just moved into a new apartment with 2 new roommates. We will call them Zach and Rachel. Yes, those are their real name, F them. Anyways, due to my illness, I have to take multiple medications. An antipsychotic, antidepressants and an anti-anxiety medication to name a few. They are all rather strong medications. So after I moved in and got settled in I started noticing some of my meds were going missing. I usually have my pills counted out and ready, so I know exactly how many I have. I immediately suspected my roommates as they were the only one with access to my room. I also knew for a fact they took other medications to get high. They were pretty open about it. But I had no proof. And I didn't want to risk ticking them off as I had to live with them. So I looked past it, hoping it was just a one-time thing. But it wasn't. After a few days of this, I lost it and confronted them. They denied it, and of course, I had no proof. I even got a lock for my room. But somehow they still managed to get in. So here's where the revenge starts. So I take all my medications, I get constipated a lot. And I have a very stronger laxative I take when this happens. They are tiny pinkish pills. If you don't know about the specific medication, you could easily mistake these for something else. One morning before heading to work I took my antipsychotic pill bottles and switch out the pills for my laxatives. And then I left. When I came home that evening, both my roommates were in the washrooms. I asked Rachel what was wrong. She made up some BS food poisoning excuse. They spent the whole night in and out of the bathrooms. Sure enough, my medication stopped disappearing after that night. What are your thoughts on Amber Katie May's revenge story? Please share in the comments below. Now let's go on to hear how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Hoboken reacted with, "Karma is real and there is a special hell reserved for people who mess with mentally ill people. Mentally ill people have enough to deal with in their lives without needing extra BS. They could have put Op's health in danger. Those roommates are incredibly poopy people. Messing with medications is screwed up and highly illegal. Especially prescription meds. I have some chronic illnesses, some of my meds are controlled substances. So if I even gave one to say a family member with the same condition who was without meds, and it got reported, I'd be in serious poop." On a similar note, if someone took one of those pills without warning and took them, they'd be in the proverbial gutter, and a legal cluster F. Unhinging Emu reacted with, "I don't think they were maliciously messing with Op. It sounds more like dumb kids taking pills to get high. Will this stuff give you a good high? Probably not. But it's free, and most high schoolers are learning that it's the easiest way to get a high at all." Nurse MD reacted with, 10/10 revenge. Would not cross you. Clement 11 reacted with, "It's a good revenge story, but with the title in subreddit. I would have guessed you would have contacted the police and ruined them for stealing prescription drugs, which is life ruining and definitely pro level. This is more petty revenge tier, so I'd recommend posting this there. If they'd gone to the police, there's a good chance Op would have gotten in trouble for sharing their meds." Adorable Cannibal reacted with, "F them. I honestly thought they were taking your anti-anxiety meds when you first mentioned them. But taking your antipsychotics is beyond poopy. They're hella necessary and expensive SF. Great revenge. Made me happy that their a-holes turned inside out. I would have gone further because I am super petty, would have sold some of their stuff while they were seeing God with their sphincters, to make my money back. Then told them to F off if they accused me of theft without proof. I'm not a good person off my meds. In the early stages I had what was believed to be a very mean and violent split personality. I have been free of that for 6 years. And I am terrified of it coming back. Really. I have bipolar with psychotic features. Had a hard time getting properly diagnosed. And finding meds that worked without side effects destroying me. The worst is when they stop being as effective. Got arrested and have a record now because of mania and delusions creeping back. Absolutely terrified it'll happen again. It's a scarily necessary balance to maintain, but it's better than not trying the alternative. Super relieved you were able to stop your old roommates from stealing your meds. It's not only expensive and crucial SF, but it's straight up dangerous to take antipsychotics for any other reason than to manage brain chemicals. Good luck with everything in the future. Yeah, before my meds on was had a budding personality disorder. Having seemed to have developed a second one. She called herself Maybell. She'd take over sometime and she did some messed up shit. Including stealing my neighbor's car and running it through another neighbor's garage. Which almost got Met sent to jail and possibly even prison. I never remember doing any of it. Still don't. Panda Seed Cheerios reacted with. I would have spiked it with a mix of acid and laxatives. Make them trip the F out and wallow in a pile of their own poop. If I did that I could be held legally accountable. Giving them laxatives just made them poop themselves for a while, no long-time bodily harms. Acid on the other hand could cause trouble. And if caught I could be held accountable for whatever they do well on it. And could also be arrested for the drugging itself. What I actually did has no repercussion on me. I didn't give them the laxatives. They stole them out of my locked medicine cabinet in my locked bathroom in my locked room. They had to break through 3 locks to get to it. At this point I realized that one or both of said roommate knows how to pick locks. As I tried multiple kinds of them and they still get in. I can't be held legal accountable for a bad reaction they had to medication they stole. That like, if someone crashing a stolen car blamed the owner. Ricky58 reacted with. I was half expecting you to go psycho on them as a result of missing some meds. Gresha reacted with. Dude, I have the same diagnoses as you. The stigma out there is pretty effing terrible. Since I received medical treatment and therapy. Nobody has an effing clue that I suffer from mental illnesses. I can keep going on how dumb people are. But I realize ignorant people aren't worth my time. I am glad you have access to your meds now. Some people are really poopy. They don't realize how effing sick you get without your meds to just cope during the day. Thank God I live by myself, I don't have to worry so much about my poop being stolen. One thing I would do if I were you is to get a hidden camera that detects motion in your room that you can access from your phone. That way you have solid proof to show authorities in the future. You don't want to be discredited with authorities with your mental illness, trust me. I have nightmare stories. I have Arlo cameras, but you can get really cool cameras that can be hidden in clocks and outlets. Cameras also help with my paranoia. It stabilizes me with fact from what's in my head. When I check my cameras on my phone, I see what's real and what's not. It's a great tool to have. Anyways, I hope this isn't a problem for you in the future. I would also seek out healthier people to be around. F those people. Twisted Lane reacted with. My husband has schizophrenia. And if someone did this to him it wouldn't have ended this peacefully. If this had kept up it would have raised some red flags with how fast she was going through certain pills. If they thought she was selling them it could mess up her being able to get more. Some people just suck. Dr. Riddles reacted with. I would have said a bat trying ram for funsies. Though to be fair you could have reported them to the police. And got them arrested for stealing your meds. Because they are highly controlled substances that could wind someone up in prison. Also get a gun safe with a tripwire flashbang. Garlic Balls 99 reacted with. As a daughter of a schizophrenic mom, screw those junk roomies. I love your revenge. I'm that petty, I would have kept slipping them in their drinks for a week. If I did that, then I would have legal trouble and could be held accountable for purposely poisoning them. If I leave them in a pill bottle in my locked room on my locked cabinet, and they take them, I cannot be held at fault. Agora ISO reacted with. As someone who takes medications that are prescribed in limited numbers and counted by my doctor, this story is awesome. I had a friend who would come over and my pills would disappear with them. Meaning at the end of my fortnight I'd be in extreme pain from not having enough. People who take this stuff to get high are a-holes. Exactly. During this, I was terrified because this will cause my medication to off balance, as I am only allow so much of one medication at a time. Without my meds, previous symptoms that I didn't want to come back would. Life before my medication was not good. I was believed to have had a budding mean and violent split personality, which pull a lot of danger stunts. Once I started treatment, this personality slowly stopped surfacing and eventually went away completely. But without my proper dose, I'm scared that it will come back. Sonara49 reacted with, wow, I can't believe people would do something like that. Do they not realize how expensive and vital that medicine probably is? Ugh, I need to go look at wholesome content to restore my faith in humanity. My former boss had migraine medication that if you have a migraine, can help. But if you don't have one, prepare yourself. I got a migraine, was given one, as my Excedrin didn't work. Someone snuck into her purse, saw the video, and took the whole pack, since someone who saw the medication said you could sell them for $50 each. Spoiler, the whole pack cost $12 and no one wants them unless they have migraines. Some fool stole them from the original thief and, in a stupid attempt to get high, took 4. When they got out of the hospital, they no longer had a job. Der Gunter reacted with, my medication could turn your skin into third-degree burns and kill you if you aren't used to it. I'd love to see someone steal this. They would be carried away with their feet first. Taking someone's medication is the most dumb thing ever. For F's sake, why would anyone be so effing stupid? And finally, Anxiety Depressed Fun reacted with, my grandmother is bipolar schizophrenic. But being a pretty big hippie in the 60s, she kind of got dismissed as a burnout by most doctors. She was committed numerous times throughout my mom's childhood for erratic and dangerous behavior, but was never really diagnosed. We always knew she was bipolar. The mania and depressive cycles were near unmistakable. And occasionally a doctor would prescribe her something. But she couldn't be trusted to take it as scheduled and would end up in the ER after an overdose. It was a nightmare to finally get her diagnosed. It took a ton of energy and effort, and it's still a challenge. She lives in a mental health or elderly assistance facility. Because she seriously was uncontrollable, and even now she occasionally escapes. Long story to say, I'm sorry that you have to live with these mental health challenges. And I understand how incredibly frustrating and disheartening that someone would steal something so vital to your quality of life. I'm encouraged to hear that you were able to get a diagnosis and find a maintenance plan that works for you. Know that you aren't alone and you are brave for sharing your story. Thank you. Well, there you have it. A perfectly great question answered by a bunch of fine and honorable citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. And hit that silly little bell as well to ensure you get the latest videos as they come out. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. I think he found more drama for me to share with you. See you soon.